Hello and welcome to yet another fantastic episode of Roll20 Indie Showcase. I am your host, Bee Zelda, and my co-host is hanging out in chat, making sure everybody is behaving. Today, we're all here together to play a wonderful game of romance and drama called Pasión de las Pasiones. This is a game written and designed by Brandon. You want to give me a little speech about this game?
Sure, I can do that. Pasión de las Pasiones is a powered by the apocalypse game of telenovela romance. The game is designed to play directly to genre, and so every part of it is kind of mechanically aimed for those big dramatic moments that pull you back into the telenovelas and keep you on the edge of your seat. It's a specifically Latina game, and it is designed to really give you that experience of getting deeply invested into a telenovela. And there's a lot of kissing and things like that as well.
That is a must. All right, so this is a game that we are going to be showing off in Roll20. The purpose of Indie Showcase is to really just highlight games that might not otherwise be incorporated, games that you know you wanted to play for your whole entire life, just haven't had the opportunity, and I'm going to show you how this can be done with relative ease. But before we get into that, I do want to let everybody know that Roll20 is still supporting their Code 2040 charity event, which gives opportunities and lots of really good things towards Black and Latine folks. We need more of these individuals in the tech community, so please check out Code 2040 for some more information about that. Now, let's find out what this cast has in store for us. Who are they as humans, and who are they as telenova characters? Let's start with Brandon.
Sure thing. I'm Brandon Leon-Gambetta. I am a Peruvian-American game designer, podcaster, occasional content creator in other ways, tweet too much. I'm the author of Pasión de las Pasiones, and I do podcasting through Protean City Comics and Stop Hack and Roll. And should I introduce my character as well?
Just a little
wait
snippet.
On that? Just a little snippet, okay. I will be playing Karina Cruzita Camila Maria Cardenas, who is La Belleza. She is a beautiful heiress that's just dripping with suaveness and can get into a whole lot of trouble.
I said snippet, you gave us a whole slice of cake. That was beautiful. Next up, Alex. Who are you as a human, and who are you showing up here for this show?
Hey everybody, I'm Alex Flanigan. I am the game master for A Horror Borealis, which is a Monster of the Week long-form actual play on the One Shot Network. You might also know me from The Cryptid Keeper, which was a long-running cryptozoology edutainment podcast. It's kind of a comedy informational thing. And I also do a little bit of game design. My probably most notable project was Coffee Detective, which is sort of a standalone system you can use to play games like Twin Peaks or X-Files, that kind of a thing. I'm really, really excited to be here. And the character I am playing tonight is Javi. Javi is Lampliada, who is kind of a hapless romantic, works about 1 million part-time jobs and is running late for at least 2 of them.
Oh, we love Javi. All right, up next, Lucian.
Hi, my name in real life is Lucian Khan. I am a game designer, and I'm the designer of Visigoths versus Molgoths, Dead Friend, a game of necromancy, and other weird titles. My character today will be Severino. He is a sort of gelled pompadour, sultry eyes, 1980s lavender Miami suit, like gangster. He has thugs. He runs a gay gang. You're gonna find out all about him soon.
Oh my goodness, I can't. I can't. All right, last but not least, Danny, what's up? Who are you as a human, and who are you playing today?
Let me take us. I don't normally just wear my sunglasses indoors. My name is Danny. You can find me all over the internet at Danny Plays Games. I stream TTRPGs. I also create some content for board games, and I'm also the social media coordinator for Rose Gauntlet Entertainment. Today, I am playing Dr. Donnie Lava, who is El Caballero, and he is let's say he thinks he's suave, but he's not. And he obviously is way too cool for school. And actually, nobody knows what type of doctor he is, but he always makes it a point to introduce himself as Dr. Donnie Lava.
Nobody knows what kind of doctor he is.
I'm obsessed with him.
Come on.
He probably does too many finger guns, too.
You don't want to ask more questions. You're just like, okay, the finger gun shot me down. I'm just going to sit down now. It's good.
This is all very shocking. I love it.
When I got this gang together, I knew it was going to be wonderful. All right. I am going to shuffle us on over to the Roll20 page. Mood music is 90% of the games that I play. If the music doesn't match the vibe, then what are you even doing?
What's the point?
Mm-hmm.
Can everybody else hear the same music that we're hearing right now? Is that part of it?
Yes.
That would have been a little embarrassing.
Oh. We've all been dancing for like 20 minutes straight, and I just wanted to make sure that wasn't completely out of touch.
They get to hear and enjoy the same beats that we do. All right, perfect. So, I have a little intro written up. Last time on Pasión de las Pasiones, these four characters have gotten into some trouble, and the last freeze frame on the screen was a letter in gold print addressed to every one of these characters. But previously on, we need to figure out what kind of relationships these characters have with each other. Now, in many PBTA games, it's very important to establish your connections with other players. Starting, well, just because I opened it up, El Jefe. Would you like to read your first relationship question without putting in a name in just yet?
Yes. So I have blank has been a thorn in your side and a constant irritation. Should I pick someone?
Yeah.
I think it's going to be Karina Cardenas.
Excellent. Love it.
Yes.
I love it. And then, what is your next relationship?
I have blank as an object of beauty you have sworn intention to possess. And I think I gotta go for Dr. Donnie Lava. Just an object of pure beauty.
I have to ask, have you ever seen the doctor without his sunglasses on?
No, and I don't know what's behind those dark lenses.
Oh, God.
I have to see those burning eyes, burning with passion for me.
Yes.
He's as mysterious as his occupation.
Exactly. What has he seen with those eyes? Nobody knows, because nobody knows what his job is.
Oh, the
Surgical
image of him going
suites.
to work with those sunglasses, performing an operation with the shades on, it's gonna live rent-free in my brain forever.
That's right.
All right, La Beza. Tell
All
me
right.
about your relationships.
So my first one is blank has been a source of entertainment and flirtation, kept at arm's length. And I think for that one, I'm going to go with Javi.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Yeah, just kind of, playing around, teasing a little bit. And my second is blank is the person you go to when you're truly ready to cut loose. And I think I'm going to say Severino. I think that that I know that I pissed Severino off. And so when I'm ready to get into it, I just where is he?
That's perfect.
Let's go.
That's amazing. Here for it.
That's so strangely fitting. And yet Severino, you just don't feel the same.
No.
Oh yeah,
just
this is
Yeah, this is extremely one-sided feeling of camaraderie for sure.
Oh, heck, I love it. All right. El Caballero. Danny, tell me, I must use your appropriate title. Doctor. Tell me a bit about your relationships.
So my first one is blank is the person you go to when you're stuck and has seen your soft side. And I think that's going to be Javi. So I feel like Dr. Donnie and Javi kind of have a past, but maybe they were like just kind of like best friends level, like almost always friend zone. But Dr. Donnie Lava has always maybe had some hidden feelings.
Ooh, I love that. Yes.
And then the next one is blank knew you when you used to get in trouble and has seen your hard side.
You, the hard side? Okay.
And I feel like just to throw this out there, Severino, like maybe I was adjacent to your gay thug gang somehow, or maybe your gay thugs know something about Dr. Donnie Lava that Dr. Donnie Lava doesn't know that you know about him.
Definitely.
So I'm thinking that one's Severino.
Perfect. Love that.
Gosh.
We can find out
Heck
over
yeah.
time what
I
that
have to
is.
believe somebody from the gay gang has seen you without your sunglasses, and like they're just
Yes.
keeping that to heart.
Or who knows, maybe they know what kind of doctor you are.
I don't believe that. That's silly.
That's too much to ask.
Yes. All right, and then last but not least, Lampliada.
Okay, so my first question is somebody holds control over my well-being as my employer. I'm kind of torn between Karina and Severino, but I think it's kind of interesting if Javi is kind of like this hapless individual, like somehow works for this gang. I think that would be pretty phenomenal. So I think El Jefe is my employer.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Fantastic.
And then Blank was the first person who was nice to you despite your humble beginnings. I think that has to be the good doctor.
Aw. I think that's really beautiful. All right. So under normal circumstances, at the beginning of each episode, we would choose one from the list of last time on. However, because we have a limited amount of time, we are just going to jump right into it. The scene opens with a letter, written on the most expensive vellum parchment with elegant brushstrokes. The letter is assigned to each and every one of you individually. As your hands clasp the paper, you glance up from the ornate invitation to gaze upon the manor in front of you. The invitation has led you to the fanciest house on the block, known as Mar de Amor, or the Sea of Love. It is a magnificent and timeless architectural modern compound near the lush oceanside. Impressively gated entry sits its spectacular masterpiece of all glass windows with stained colors that let about this blue-yellow kind of rainbow effect on the inside. There is a powerful two-story doorway featuring a dramatic 18-floor-to-ceiling crystal chandelier centered in a sweeping circular stairway with a backdrop of white walls and white marble floors. Open living, dining, and bar room with a seemingly endless floor-to-ceiling windows. And not too far away, there is a glorious infinity pool and beyond. Ocean, coastline, and island vistas from each door. Deck, patios, zen walkways, greenery, and intimate patios. This house has it all. And as you finish looking at that invitation letter, it is signed La Doña. The most powerful woman in this area has invited you all to a dinner party for reasons a little unclear, though I suspect some of you might have an idea. Now, who is the first to arrive at this dinner party, and what are you wearing?
Okay, I'll arrive first. So I am wearing a lime green with purple undertones, like heat activated bespoke suit with a black tie and a black shirt and really shiny cufflinks. And I have my hair like really pompadoured up, and like definitely like the first thing I do when I step out of the Cadillac is I take my comb and I sort of run it through my pompadour and then just stick it in my back pocket.
I love it, but I hate it. One of your thugs gets out on the other side to close the door for you, and you are greeted by the butler. They are elderly-ish women. She's kind of got her back stooped. She's dressed in a complete formal wear, the tux, the tie, everything. Greetings, El Jefe. It's been so long since you've been to this home. Why, the last time you were here, I think it was when La Doña borrowed some money from you, was it not?
Oh, yes. And darling, let me just say, you're looking fabulous tonight. I love the suit. It's so rugged.
Thank you. La Doña says it was distinguished, but I think that was a compliment.
Yes, well.
Please, come inside. The table has been set and the wine is ready to be opened.
Perfect. Bring me some wine.
She ushers you to the lavish dining room. Now, who is the next one to make their appearance, and what are you wearing for this event?
I think Dr. Donnie will arrive, but Dr. Donnie Lava actually rode up on a bike, like pedaling up on a bike.
Wait, what? Like a bicycle?
Like a bicycle.
What?
And before he gets to the mansion, he like throws the bicycle into the bush and like brushes himself off and pretends like he gets out of Severino's car, like that was his ride, and he just comes up and he pretends like everything is fine. Everybody he sees, he's just like, hey everybody, and he's just like kind of dripping in a cold sweat, just like very nervous. Nobody saw him, but his heart's pounding, but he's trying to be as normal as possible. And and he's wearing he looks like he's going to a funeral. He has the black glasses on, black shirt, black pants, but then just sneakers, like, because that's what you would wear pedaling a bike. But that didn't click for him. So he's dressed to the nines in all black, but he has sneakers on, and he rolls up just breathing heavy.
From the Cadillac, one of the windows rolls down, and one of the thugs kind of gives you a thumbs up, like, we'll keep an eye on your bike. You didn't have to throw it in the bush. Oh, okay.
And just keeps walking past.
Window slowly rolls back up.
When Severino sees Dr. Donnie Lava, the camera just like pans to Severino for a second, and like it pans back and you see an emphasis on like the sweat on Dr. Donnie Lava, and then it like pans back closer to Severino's eyes, just looking like so wide with excitement.
This is already so beautiful. Similarly, you are greeted by the butler, her stooped back and her distinguished outfit, with I imagine all butlers have like those really nice like towels on their arms. She greets you. Welcome in, Doctor. It has been a long time. Why, the last time you were here was to visit one of La Doña's daughters, was it not?
It was, but that is a sore subject for me, and I'd rather not talk about it.
Oh, yes.
And Dr. Donnie Lava reaches and just like snatches the towel and dramatically like pats his head for the sweat.
My. Yes, no, please. Carry on. I will just sit here and watch. And who is the third to arrive? Because there can only be one who is fashionably late.
Well, Javi's late, but Javi's never done anything fashionably in their life. So I think that Javi is probably arriving like from another job. Like Javi just got off shift and like caught an Uber across town to this fancy like villa, and just kind of stumbling up. And luckily their last job that they were working was like catering or something. So they're in a suit already, but they're definitely like sort of hopping along on one foot, like swapping out the shoes and like pulling on a different tie and kind of like trying to brush some of the wrinkles out of their jacket and sort of like stumbling haplessly up to the front door, but mostly pulled together by the time they get there, to their credit.
The butler greets you. Oh, Javi, the kitchen needs your help. I know you were here as a guest, but could you just go in there and help them prep some vegetables?
Yeah, no, not a problem. No, I like your butler towel.
Where's my wine?
Okay, I'll be right there.
Javi.
Sweet baby. And then time passes, and the time for all the guests to arrive has passed. Who shows
Absolutely.
up a little late?
Oh, Karina has to be sure that everybody is seated and ready so that they can see her coming in through the window. So her limo comes up. It's Daddy's limo, and it's
That
a
could
little
mean
bit
anything.
louder. It could. It's a little bit louder than a limo probably should be, just to make sure that attention is on her. And we start with the shot that comes like from the ground up as her sharp bowed red heel hits the ground. And then it's just like leg. And she steps out of the limo and takes a second to just look off into the distance for a moment. Her hair is up in like this elaborate curly updo that is definitely going to come down at some point during the episode. And she's in this just absurdly detailed dress that is like, it's got one of those big bows that comes up to like here on your shoulder. And it just shows off the entire leg at all times, no matter what. And like a good amount of the second leg too. And it's tight everywhere it can be tight. But like very conservative across the breast. But like shoulder, leg, definitely taking full control of how she is perceived. She steps out and looks at it and says, "Keep it running, dear." And then walks up to the front and is just like sway walk. The second she sees the butler, she just drapes both of her arms around her shoulder and is just like kiss on either cheek. Like, "Oh, darling, it's so wonderful to see you. It's been so long. How's little Iggy?"
Oh, they're away at school now. You know how it is. LaDonya doesn't like small children in the house.
"It must be dreadful for you. I'm so terribly sorry. Here, get him something nice." And she like reaches for, she's got a little clutch and she takes out some money and just hands it over. She has no idea how much money it is.
Thank you. I appreciate this.
Of course, darling. You work so hard. Now, where is everybody?
Everybody has been seated in the dining room. The dining room is this long... Is marble what the heck? It's a marble table. This is money. With like a beautiful white tablecloth that has been draped over. All of the cups have like the napkins inside. There are candles with like gold and silver candle holders. There's that elaborate chandelier hanging overhead that also has candles on it, while definitely being electrical. It's all about the drama. And seated at the head of that table is an elderly woman. She is dressed in, I think, oh gosh, I didn't think of her outfit at all. Sun hat, because I'm super into sun hats right now, like a large sun hat. Like you would have time passing her because it takes up so much space. She has one of those like cigarette holders that are like unnecessarily long and the cigarette's just on the end of it. And I think she's just wearing this dress that is, we'll go low-cut bodice. A long gown that kind of spills onto the definitely marble floor. And seated on either side of her are her twin children. And I definitely gave them names that I forgot. Let me go back to my notes. Oh gosh. I didn't name these, a friend did, so please don't be mad at me. Wearing a dress of yellow. It's golden shimmery. There is with long brown hair that has been curled and kind of laying loose on her shoulders. is Paella. And she has these thick glasses that are encrusted with gems all along the frame. On the opposite side of her, I definitely didn't write down the names. They were beautiful names. It was like paella and another food that I've always wanted to have, but I've never consumed. Brandon, quick, give me a favorite Spanish food. Food.
I'm having the problem that I'm just coming up with conchitas, but that's like clams.
Fine, it's conchita.
I'm very sorry. They're delicious.
On the other side is Conchita, and he is wearing a matching dress to his sister's. He's got a little bit of chest hair that's exposed. He also has long brown hair that has been curled to an identical pattern as his twin sister, except he has his piled on the other side. Both of them kind of sit at the table boredly, looking at the guests as the beauty makes her entrance.
I'm so terribly sorry to have kept all of you waiting.
La Doña looks up at you. Quick, sit down, dear. You've made us wait for, 30 minutes? The soup has gotten cold.
You could have gone on without me. And she just goes over and, picks a chair and just, drapes herself over it.
Now, I have gathered you all here for a very singular purpose. I mean, of course I had to show off my new marble table, but my children are of age where I would love to kick them out of my house, but frankly, I'm afraid that they cannot survive on their own. And I have scoured their social media for the past month. I hired a private investigator to pull up all the analytics from their Instagrams, their TikToks, their Twitter, to determine who they communicate with the most, whose photos are they liking the most. And I have discovered that, Doctor, my son seems to comment on all of your Instagram photos. I haven't really, just the numbers, they speak for themselves. And, well, names. You think I would have written them down? Karina. It seems that my daughter has liked literally every post you've ever made. They have watched all of your TikToks, just pretty much on loop. So it's why I've invited you.
She's a darling.
I think you post too much. And you. Where did Javi, out of the kitchen, come here.
And Javi runs out and sort of trips a little bit and then catches himself and catches the tray that they're carrying.
I just take the wine off your tray and start drinking it.
Phenomenal.
I think while Javi's tripping, there's kind of this slow motion moment where Dr. Donnie looks up and realizes it's Javi and tries to help and then stabilizes Javi and looks up and it's oh, it's so good to see you here.
Oh, I didn't realize you were going to be here.
I didn't know you were working for this lady.
Yeah, me either.
And then it pans back to LaDonna.
I think for just a second it pans to Severino, and as he sees this interaction between the two of you, his eyes go wide with fiery rage.
Which we can see because you're not wearing sunglasses.
Exactly. You see little fires dance in my eyes, and the background goes a little bit red.
You can feel. You said you have a heat. What is your shirt?
Oh, I'm wearing so my suit is made out of that hyper color from the late 80s where it's like a lime green suit, but then if sun gets on it or you touch it, the heat activates and makes patterns in purple anywhere the heat activates.
Worst material in the world.
Terrible idea. So to not make it weird, I think around your heart.
Yeah, around my heart.
Purple.
It starts to turn purple.
It's your mood jacket.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm so upset that somebody created that in real life.
It's the worst material.
Terrible.
It's a bad idea. It would just be nonstop armpits.
It is. It's just
that's
armpits.
what it is.
Oh, okay. Very, very valid. LaDonya gestures Tavi to sit. You! I've just seen you talk to my children before, therefore I thought you were good to invite, as well as you, Severnus. Your thugs are constantly on my property. I had a swan go missing, and I do suspect it was them, but your invitation is because, well, I do miss you, and I have a feeling that my children are frolicking with your friends.
Yes, well, they're not called thugs. The name of my crew is Las Frutas, and you will call them by their names, Big D, Lil D, and Butch.
I don't have to call them by their names because I find that outrageous. Now, and she taps her wine glass, a toast to the love of my children, because this is what we are all here for. And she raises her glass. And just as she goes to take a sip, the lights go out. You hear a crash, and then a scream. When the lights flicker back on, LaDonya is no longer upright. Her wine glass crashed to the ground, spilling red wine all over the white marble floors. And sticking out of her back is a kitchen knife. Paella screams, "Mama, no, my mother? Who did you?" And she points at Javi. "Did you kill my mother?"
No, I would never. I was holding this tray the entire time. I know I'm sitting, but I was still...
This is outrageous.
A lot of consistencies.
My mother invited you here, and this is how you pay your respects? And as she starts to break down, Conchita stands up and slams his hand on the table. "You people are animals. You come into my mother's house, and then you stab her in the back, all because I wanted to marry Severnus? I mean, all because I wanted to marry one of you? I think this is outrageous."
I'm going to accuse him of lying, which is a move.
What's that look like?
I am going to... I roll with questions, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you make your accusation first, and then you...
So I am going to say, don't be a fool. Javi couldn't possibly have killed your mother, not an employee of mine. And how could you say that you wanted to marry me when you've spurned me every time I've called you in the last several weeks?
I mean, I've been busy, you know? I had that ski trip up north, and then there was, like, the pool party, which I thought about inviting you to, but, like...
You would throw yourself down a mountain and not into my arms.
I can't keep a straight face.
You would throw yourself into the depths of a pool and not into my loving embrace.
Severnus, you have to understand what it's like to be in love. I am filled with fear, and I can only deal with that with extreme sports. You know how it is. Why, I have a skydiving event booked after this so I can deal with my emotions after gazing into your beautiful eyes.
Do I have to, like, roll? Do I get something for accusing him of lying?
Now you can do let me know if I'm stepping on toes, B.
Please, go for it.
Okay. So the way that the basic moves and most of the other moves work is you answer 3 questions, and that gives you bonuses. And then you're going to roll some dice, and it's going to be a 7 to 9 is a kind of middling hit, like a moderate hit, and a 10 plus is great, and a 6 minus means B gets to be terrible to us in some kind of way, which is wonderful.
Okay, I'm gonna make this really narcissistic because I think it'll be funny. I'm gonna the lie I am accusing him of officially is he is lying that he wants to marry me.
All right, so
that is a ruse.
So from there, we just go through first the 2 questions in the move. So do you have an audience?
I do.
That's a +1. Do you have evidence?
I don't.
That's okay. So that doesn't take away anything. It just is not a +1. And then every playbook also has a question that you ask anytime you do a move that has questions.
Great. So I now roll.
So your question is, are you taking control of this situation?
I would like to be.
Then that's a +1.
Feels
and
like you are.
Yeah, I think I am.
Cool.
Okay, cool. So now I roll 2d6 plus 2, right?
Yep.
You got it.
Great.
You got a good handle on this already.
I think I understand.
Oh my gosh.
What did I bloop?
An 11?
Yes.
Heck yeah.
That's right. So now for this, I get.
You get to choose 2 of those 3 things there. So
Yes.
you are right. It is true that he does not mean to marry you. They admit their falsehood or mark a condition, their choice. Or they're surprised, scared, or flustered. They have to pull themselves together before they can act against you.
Okay. I am, first of all, going to say I am right. He does not intend to marry me, and it is a ruse. And 2, I think that he is surprised and flustered. No, let's just say he is flustered. He is flustered, and he must act with desperation before he can act against me.
Tears.
You do not intend to marry me. It is all a ruse.
And the tears start pouring down his eyes, ruining his mascara. He approaches you with arms outstretched and falls to his knees. Severinus, you have to understand. It is what Mama wanted. She just wanted me to marry you because it would look good for the family and she wouldn't have to pay back her debts. She owes you so much money and I would do anything for my mom. She got me this beautiful dress. You understand how it is. And now she lays here dead upon the marble table that she bought with that money, and
Not even death can erase the debts that your mother owes to me.
I thought a marriage between us would help that, and it does not seem so. Will you forgive me?
And like this camera just like pans in like really close to his eyes. And you see like a moment of hesitation, and then he becomes just steely-eyed and he says, "Never."
And I think there is a dramatic throwing of himself to the floor. And his twin sister, Paella, stands up. You do not get to treat my brother like that. You thug, friendly, rude person! I will not stand for this. And she's gonna pick up her wine glass and splash it in your face. And then you, and she turns to the employee, you have killed my mother, and you are going to pay for it. And her hand slams on the table, and when it comes back into view, she is holding on to a steak knife.
No. Sorry, the other knife first. We're not there yet. It's the other one first.
I think
I don't use them in order. They're just.
Karina stands up and holds out her hand with her wine glass in it, and just assumes that one of Severino's thugs is going to catch the glass for her, which is a thing that just pisses Severino off all the time because she just uses them like furniture. And she just holds it out and just drops it, and hopes that one of them catches it.
Lil D catches it.
Okay.
Thank you. Paella.
What?
Javi is a warm-hearted, wonderful person. And I'm sure that if something has happened, they'll be able to help us to get to the bottom of this. They're smarter than they let on. And she gives like just like a warm smile that's like definitely making fun of you a little bit also. And then just like
Gracias.
walks across and like steps right into the blood. No hesitation, but red shoes, so it's okay. And she just
Avi is like already pulling out a handkerchief to wipe off your shoes.
And she puts an arm around Paea's shoulder and just says, "We should get you some water while Javi and Dr. Lava, I didn't see you. I'm sure that they can handle it together and figure this out."
Doctor, check to see if she has a pulse.
Severino, I'm relatively sure she doesn't have a pulse.
So during this whole thing, Dr. Donnie Lava was just like eating it up, like watching everybody just freak out and just sipping their water. And when Severino says, check if there's a pulse, and he goes, yes, a pulse, because I would know how to do that. And drops onto all fours and just scampers towards the dead body and puts his ear up against her mouth, and it's like, there's no pulse.
How shocking.
Everyone gasps. There's like an organ cord goes like
On the floor, Conchita just starts sobbing, but within, gosh, I really gotta write people's names down. I think Paella, led by the beauty, will head into the kitchen, where it is empty. Everybody has been sent home at this point.
I think Karina has gotten in trouble enough times. And she says, Paella, is the butler still here?
Oh, yeah, she would be at the front, you know, she greets people, says people goodbye, and
see that she locks the door. No one must leave until we have solved this.
Ugh, don't be ridiculous, Karina. You're going to trap me in this hut?
I think that's a good idea. That was my mom's house, you jerk! Yeah, no, I think that's a great idea.
And I'm so terribly sorry. If there's anything that I can do, please let me know, my dear, dear friend.
I mean, I heard you got a modeling gig recently. If you haven't signed for it, you could probably just recommend me, you know? I've been trying to talk to your agent for like months now.
Oh, you're absolutely delightful. I love it. Let's get you some water.
And grudgingly, she follows you.
And Karina is like Karina is like in the kitchen, like trying to look around and find, I'm sure they have like a knife block or those magnets on the wall that hold a knife up. And I'm gonna try to see if I can try to spot something out of place.
Yeah. All right, does this have questions as well?
Yes, it does. Do you want me to ask the questions, or do you want to ask the questions? Okay. So I'm trying to understand something about somebody's space, and so this space is La Doña, would be the relationship that I have with it. Not Paella, unfortunately, which would probably go better for me.
Right.
Have you been intimate with this person recently? I don't think so. Are you free? We'll see, but I don't think so. Are you free of other distractions? I think unfortunately not. She's trying to, she's walking Paella around and trying to take care of her at the same time. So, and then are you the center of attention? I don't think so. Why did I do this? What was I thinking? I know what the playbooks are supposed to be good at. This is not what it's good at. Okay, so I'm just rolling flat, and that is a 9.
Nice. Okay.
So I get to ask one question from this list. I would like to know, how does Paella feel about her mother's death?
You get a feeling that she doesn't exactly feel sad.
Okay.
This feels like a business opportunity to her.
Perfect.
Somebody's personal space. Yeah. And as you're, the two of you are walking around this kitchen, and it's like a large kind of chef's kitchen with granite countertops and whatever the most fanciest material is for cupboards. Marble seems horribly impractical.
Everything's marble.
It's all marble.
It's
Marble
so
cupboards.
you would not believe the things underneath.
The
But it's so
density of
easy to
these
clean.
cupboards.
Just spray the whole room down.
Good. Yeah, we only have 2 cleaners for this giant house. That butcher block, the knife block, is
Yes.
definitely missing one of the knives, and Paya kind of rubs her finger on the spot where it's missing. It had to have been Javi. That little butt, I swear, my mom barely even paid him. You know, sometimes they show up late, sometimes they miss their shifts. I don't get it. Why do we employ such useless people? I mean, aside from the fact that, like, they're a little cute, but, like, so useless.
You would want the useful people to be doing our jobs? No, we need the useless people. They hold us up.
Oh, darling.
Will somebody bring me more wine? You hear from the other room.
That's not
And
that's not
Javi's
my
a
job.
dear.
I've never been able to actually have a conversation with them. I mean, I've criticized their shoes, their shirt, their hair, and their eyes. I do believe that's technically conversational, but, you know.
I've had more success with conversations with Javi. Why don't you leave talking with Javi to me?
Fine. By the way, I'm gonna go tell the butler to close the doors. We don't want people going in and going out. Also, who's gonna clean up my mother's body?
Probably the butler.
Ugh. And she stomps away to the entrance. Back inside the dining room, Conchita has kind of pulled himself up from the floors, dramatically wiping away his makeup. This isn't going the way I wanted it to. My mother is dead. It had to have been one of you 3. Who? Just tell me who it was, and then, I think I call the authorities, or, and, like, he looks over at, like, little D. How do we deal with dead bodies again?
Little D, just like takes out, like very calmly, takes out of the bottom of his suit jacket a little, like a dustpan and like a little dust brush, and just goes over and starts like putting debris, sweeping debris into the dustpan.
Big D is a cleaner, but little D is like a cleaner.
Yeah, little D is a cleaner.
Conchita looks at them. I kind of meant the blood. I mean, it does come out of marble. Believe you me, I've checked. But is this really the right way to go about it? I am motherless
Are you telling my employees what to do?
I mean, I was. I want to tell you what to do, and you won't let me. Please, Severinus, don't you want to marry me?
He just rolls his eyes and turns away from you like 180 degrees and crosses his arms.
Doctor, is there something you can do? Please, can you fix my broken heart? Or my mother's dead body, I mean, either, or...
And I look at the doctor and I say, yes, doctor. Is there anything that you can do in the realm of love?
And I think at this moment, Dr. Donnie's still like on all fours, like next to this dead body, by the way.
Perfect.
That's how he does surgery.
So the camera's just like on Severino being like, is there anything that you can do in the realm of love? And it just pans to like you on all fours kneeling by a bleeding out corpse.
I think at this moment, the doctor like pops up off the ground and like wipes himself off and just slowly walks over to Javi. Javi, I feel like, is still holding the tray.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's in the other hand now. Continuity.
Takes the tray from Javi, and then hands Javi a glass of water, walks over to Severino, hands him a glass of water, and then walks over to Conchita and hands him a glass of water, and is like, everybody just needs to breathe, have some water, and we will figure this out together.
Okay. But, like, was it you?
What do you mean, was it me?
I mean, I've seen you around here. I don't know what you and my mama did, but sometimes you'd show up in the middle of the night. I assumed it was doctor business, but after seeing you in action, I have to wonder.
Dr. Lava, you are coming here in the middle of the night? Explain yourself.
This is when the camera would zoom into Dr. Lava, and he looks over at Severino, and he looks over at Conchita, and then I feel like there's like a flashback moment of Dr. Donnie Lava pedaling his little bike towards this mansion and like sneaking into a window, and it's a scene where LaDonna has this whole meal set up. And all you see is Dr. Donnie Lava walking into the door, again, kind of drenched in sweat, but still, put together, like nothing is wrong. Dr. Donnie Lava just drops off a package. It's a like a brown package, puts it on the table for LaDonna and winks at her, and then walks out the door. And then the scene pans back to Dr. Donnie Lava, and it's just like, he looks at Severino, he looks back at Conchita, and he's like, how did you know I was visiting your mom at night?
It's hard not to tell. I mean, aside from the cameras, and we had a dog for about 2 weeks that you would wake up every time you came by. We had to give them back to the family we borrowed them from. It was like testing, you know?
Oh, I love that dog.
The dog we had to bring them back. I borrowed it from a friend for 2 weeks. Turns out you're not supposed to do that for dogs. It was, anyways, I'm losing the track. What I know, Dr. Lava, is that you have been visiting my mother, and I don't know what's in those packages, but I intend to find out, because if this had something to do with her murder, then I will never rest until I find out.
Dr. Lava, you were slipping her packages?
Another dramatic pans in, looks at Severino, looks at Conchita.
Gasp. Alright, so there's actually a mechanic for flashbacks, which I heckin' love. So when we flash back to reveal a shocking truth about another PC, mark a condition and roll with conditions marked. So if I understand this, would Danny mark a condition?
So the person who is initiating the flashback to show the truth. So I can see this being like a thing of Severino pulling up this flashback. And so like so at that point we'll need Severino to establish how he knows this in some kind of way. Maybe he was there. And you want to do that.
Yeah, well, didn't Conchita just say, I don't know what was in those packages?
Yes. So
he's just grabbing it from there.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you'll mark a condition, and it can be any of your 4 conditions.
Me?
Yes. If you would like to do this flashback to get this.
Yeah,
chance.
I want it. I want this flashback.
Cool.
Let's do it.
All right.
Raging, lustful, righteous, or dogged?
Give me lustful.
Perfect. And so that's going to affect one of your moves is going to get a little better. One of your moves is going to get a little worse in the future until that's unmarked. And then you roll with your number of conditions that you have marked, which right now is just 1.
Right. Okay. So just 2d6 plus 1.
Yes.
You got it.
Now I understand.
An 8.
An 8. Okay. So on a 7 to 9, you're going to choose. You're going to basically describe this flashback, and then choose 1 from the options. So you can essentially establish what's in the package right now as part of this flashback thing. You have unequivocal evidence that this is true. The shocking truth gives you rightful claim to something they value.
Ooh.
Or you introduce a shocking new character who has your back.
Oh my god, amazing. Let me look at this. And I get 1 of these.
You get 1 of those because you're a 7 to 9, yeah.
Excellent. I am going to say that what is in this package is absinthe.
Oh my gosh. I think that's beautiful.
And so do you have unequivocal evidence that this is true? Does it give you a rightful claim to something they value, or are you introducing a shocking new character?
I would like to introduce a shocking new character. The shocking new character is Dr. Donnie Lava's employer and my employee, whose name is Eladia the chemist.
Quality.
Amazing.
Absolute quality. Okay.
Okay, so
If you had become more intimate with me, Dr. Lava, you would know that I am in fact the employer of Eladia the chemist.
Not Eladia. What do you know about me?
I know what was in that bag. I know that it was absinthe. I know that you and the lady of this house were chasing the green dragon.
That was something between me and LaDonna, and it was through a deal, and it didn't mean anything. And he looks over at Javi. It didn't mean anything.
What is he talking about, Donnie? This can't be true.
It was there's so much power that the chemist has over me, and I just wanted to make things right with everybody.
well, I'm afraid
I
Sorry,
thought
go
we
ahead.
understood each other as children from the time that both of us were orphaned, that we were never going to go down this path.
I'm afraid there's two other orphans that we should be paying more attention to right now, shouts Karina as she slams the doors open. She struts in with she's got a bottle of sparkly pink champagne that definitely wasn't open before. So she got herself some champagne, which is not the best. And as she's walking in, she hands it to Javi.
Did you open it already, or do you need me to open it?
Oh no, I've got I've got the glass.
Oh, perfect.
So just hand it off to you, just because you're there like furniture. And she says, "I've made sure that the doors to this building are locked, and we're going to get down to the bottom of who did this. One of the three of you," and she pauses for a minute and looks at Paella and Conchita. "One of the five of you is a murderer. And I'd like to use my big entrance move.
Oh my gosh, yes please.
So when I enter a room ready to make a scene, I roll +1 for each person in the room I've been intimate with. So I think, given we're just doing a one-shot, I think maybe who's been intimate with Karina?
So, how intimate do you mean when you say intimate? Because,
It can be as intimate as as intimate as your heart feels, because it's going to be about your character's reaction. Severino, yes?
Severino, yes, but regrets it.
Okay, perfect. And have Paella and Karina been intimate?
Probably.
Probably.
It's like
Okay,
a
anybody
lovers
else?
to rivals kind of thing.
Lovers to rivals, love it. Okay, so
I think we had a moment of emotional intimacy that I consider to be quite intimate. I think that it probably doesn't register with you in the same way.
Okay, but it's
We
based
had-
on what
But
you're
you can
feeling.
take it.
So I'll
no,
take
you
it.
can have it. Uh-huh.
Yeah, we had a messy 2-night stand. I regret everything.
Incredible, especially the things that I stole from you
Exactly.
as I left.
Yes.
All right. Oh my god. Okay, so I rolled a 5 plus 3 is an 8. So that's not as bad as I thought it was. I had a second that I was like, that was a miss. So on a hit, anyone you've been intimate with is surprised, frightened, or confused.
Ooh.
So I get just a moment of having a little bit of control, and Karina just immediately walks up to Severino and just like puts her hand on his shoulder and says, "You're the lowlife among us who walks around with thugs and thieves, and you, if there's anyone here who would be associated with murder, would it not be Senor Severino?" And I'm just striking out at him. I'm just attacking him with my voice.
So good.
And I'm gonna say, I am no low life because this is the high life, baby cakes.
Say that to the bodies in your backyard.
I think at this point, Dr. Donnie Lava walks in between Severino and Karina and stands up for Severino. And I want to use one of my special moves as Caballero.
Oh, awesome!
And
I've got to strike out at someone that I'm going to use at some point in this.
Yeah, you do.
But this is a moment where he defends Severino and he wants to take a stand, which is the move.
Nice. Are you trying to impress them?
I'm trying to defend them because Karina is here accusing the five of us, and she's leaving herself out of the picture. So I'm taking a stand to specifically defend Severino, which, however he takes that, whatever it might be. But I think I'm going to try to take a stand. So
Cool.
am I trying to impress them? Maybe a little bit.
Leaning
your heart
towards,
say?
Yeah, because now he knows the absent green dragon train or whatever hobby call it.
Chasing the green dragon.
Chasing the green dragon. And then is the law being broken? I would say faux show because we have a dead body. So that is a +2.
And then your question from your playbook is, are you handling things without guile and head on?
I think I am, yeah.
I think so. You're getting right between us. Yeah. You're like, she's screaming in this guy's face.
Oh my gosh.
All right, so let me roll. And by the way, like, I don't know if Severino is sitting down, but Dr. Donnie Lava's butt is like right there.
Perfect. I'm sitting down with my wine kind of askew, and your butt is just
right there.
right there.
Framed perfectly.
Yeah.
Rule of thirds.
Ooh. So I had a 7 plus a 3, so 10.
Excellent.
Oh, hell yeah.
So you hold 3. So you basically have 3 tokens that you can trade in order to do the things on the list, and you spend it 1 for 1. So you can protect them from an attack and take the hit instead, keep someone from leaving a room unless they go through you, or take +1 on striking out with violence against someone who threatens harm. So if you'd like, I'm about to strike out at someone with my voice. So you could use one of those right now and take the hit instead of Severino.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to step in and try to protect Severino.
Perfect.
While he's taking in the views of my butt and sipping wine.
So I think I have not caught you off guard. Because my questions are, have you caught them off guard? Which I think for Severino would be yes. For Dr. Donnie Lava is no. Have they just wronged you? I think you have not wronged me, so I can't get that. But I'm definitely the center of attention right now. So that gets me to a +1.
Yeah.
And that's a miss.
Oh.
So B, I'm in your hands.
What were you trying to say to him?
I was trying to make it seem like Severino is not that, like, we're all good, upstanding people, and that Severino has like bought his way into this place, and that he's just like a danger and rapscallion.
You hear the clicking of heels on the ground as Conchita wedges himself into this strange human pile of people and kind of like back checks you, Dr. Lava, out of the way. And to Carino, he faces you. You do not get to talk to my names Severino like that, and he is going to slap you across the face, leaving not only the pink mark of his hand, but he probably had like a beautiful gold encrusted jewel that will just leave a little cut along your perfectly unblemished skin.
Perfect. Should I mark a condition as well?
Yeah, please.
Okay. I'm going to mark raging.
Ooh.
In this game, all of your playbooks have different conditions, so that's why that's not on the list for that wasn't on El Jefe's list.
That is so cool.
And Severino says, "It is only right that these two men should come to my defense, for I am innocent and I am no lowlife."
Karina has tears welled up in her eyes. And she takes a couple of like stumbling weak steps back and says, "Javi, catch me." And she just starts to fall in Javi's direction.
I mean, I think Javi does at least try to catch you. Like, that's maybe not your best move, but there will be an effort. Like, there's this moment, though, of confusion and turmoil because, I mean, there's Dr. Johnny Lava, and Javi's just found out that this ultimate betrayal of the pact that they both swore to each other as young orphans has been broken, and maybe for quite some time. And then here comes Karina to step in and defend all of their honor. And then there's Severino, and everything is a mess. And my heart is torn into 3 pieces and strewn across the beautiful marble floor, and I don't even have what I need to clean it up. But what I can do in this moment is I can catch Karina. I can make a stand for something. I can do one thing. I can save one person that I care about. And I look at the champagne glass that I'm still holding, and there's the mark of your lipstick, and I think about this moment that we shared, and I step forward to try to catch you as nobly as I can. And I don't know if I have to roll for that or if that's just the thing I'm allowed to do, but
That's up to B. It would be an act with desperation if it is a roll.
Oh, I'd love to act with desperation. Can I please be desperate?
All right, so there's 2 questions that you must answer. Are you
Right.
doing this for love?
I do everything for love.
You have your heart on, you wear your heart out on your sleeve at all times. Well then, are you doing this for vengeance?
No, I don't think so. But my question is, am I in over my head? And the answer to that is pretty much always yes.
That is a +2 then to your roll.
All right, so 2d6. Got an 8 plus 2 is 10.
Hey! What does it look like as you just come in the nick of time and like this, you catch her ever so elegantly?
I think that I like throw the champagne glass off to the side, but rather than shatter on the floor, it like just lands on the table and kind of spins for a second and then comes to like a beautiful upright stop. And we catch that on camera. And then we also catch this moment of me like lunging forward and somehow miraculously, elegantly in both of my arms, just like Karina falls perfectly and her hair just like drapes over my arm. And there's this moment of us like face to face. And I just kind of have this like surprised and like wide open expression on my face, like, oh, even though that's what I was intending to do, I never expected it.
I love that. With her in your arms, behind you, the fuming Conchita. You don't get to accuse me of killing my own mother. I loved my mother and all the money that she gave me. Now we need to figure out who killed her because I still think it was that person. And he's going to point at Javi.
Maybe we should inspect the body.
Yes, Dr. Lava.
For starters.
Dr. Lava, won't you take a look at the body?
Immediately again, it's like, yes, look at the body, and drops onto all fours and pitter patters over to the body. And all you see is Dr. Donnie Lava's head peek up over the table and it's like, what are we looking for?
Cause of, and he's
It was the knife.
being about to say cause of death and then just like realizing how stupid that is, but can't figure out what to say now that he's started saying cause of death.
So right when that happens, the doc pulls the knife out of the body and it's like, this is the cause of death, and holds it, and the camera zooms into this bloodied knife.
You do know that if there were fingerprints, that they're on... Your fingerprints are on that now.
Oh, and then Dr. Donnie Lava stabs it back into... and like walks away, grabs a napkin off the table and just kind of like wipes his hand off blood, and then just sits down and it's just like, right.
Dr.
Fingerprints.
Lava, could I ask you just to take one more look at my mother? Let me know if there was anything out of place on Mama's body.
He stands back up as a redeemable point, and he wants to inspect the body again. So let's see if I can. Would this be a
spot something out of place?
All right.
Yeah, I'm having fun with that one.
So he gets back down on the floor, and again, not really knowing what to do, he kind of like rolls her over, which I don't know what that does with the knife in her back, but rolls her over so that she has her stomach facing up. And the questions are, have you been intimate with this person recently? And I think he was over at the place last night, so I would say that's a yes.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Are you free of other distractions? No, I don't think so. He is all over the place. And then my personal question: are you handling things without guile or head on? I don't think so. I think he's panicking right now. But he's just
to be
looking.
Fair though, I don't think there's an ounce of guile in this movie.
No.
All right, so I get a +1. Let's see if I find anything on this dead body. So it's a 7.
Nice.
Cool.
Okay, mixed. 7-9, you can ask one question. How does your character feel about blank? What are you planning? How could I get your character to blank? What do you have a value or use? Or what do you have a value or use? And what is your character hoping to get from blank?
I think when he turns the body over, he knows that LaDonna always wears a magnificent necklace that is dressed to the nines with rubies. And when he turns the body over, he realizes that necklace is not there.
Nice.
And at first he doesn't know what he's doing, because who knows what he's trying to do. And then he spots the missing necklace on LaDonna, and it's like, he looks up at Conchita and is like, did you see your mother in her full regale today?
Yeah, she had that $10 million necklace that she always wears.
And then it zooms in onto Dr. Donnie Lava, and it's like, it's missing.
One day we'll have a synchronized gasp. We're getting there. We're getting there.
Gentlemen, empty your pockets. Women, empty your pocketbooks.
Hobby's like, I'm neither of those, so. Plus, I don't have anything.
Karina is still like kind of just draped over Javi.
Oh, right.
And she has her clutch just like around her wrist, and she just like holds it out and drops it for somebody to take. You can search that as much as you'd like, but I don't imagine you're going to be searching me.
Who do you want to be searching you?
And she stands up and turns to Javi and just like, I have a baby coming to visit.
Yay!
Welcome, say hi.
Here's baby LG saying hi. Say hi.
Can I say hi?
Can I have a kiss? Mwah. Thank you.
You can't
No,
sit.
you can't sit on girl. You gotta get.
I know.
Thank you for visiting.
Broke their little heart.
Oh, it's okay. I love that logo more than
The
anything.
pain intensity.
Okay.
I know, so much intensity and passion.
She had to come get me. Where was I? She turns to Javi and just like takes their hands and says, Javi, you know that I have such an affection for you, and I know that I can trust you so fully with my heart. And like there's no like emotion on her face as she says this, like it's very like kind of blasé. And I'm trying to express my love passionately while remaining aloof.
Are you?
Oh my gosh.
I've got to move for that.
What?
If I try to rile someone up while I'm remaining aloof, I get to add the question, are you physically touching them?
Ooh, that is really cool.
Amazing.
I know my moves. I can power game this.
You're min-maxing Pasion.
Exactly. I have so
All right, so
many
the best
theories
build in
about
Pasión
min-max.
is to start by building the game, and then of course.
You're gonna want to, yeah. If you built the game, you're gonna know all the cheats. So, are you dressed to impress? I think so. I'm all decked out.
Javi's impressed.
Perfect. Do they believe you are single? I think that Rena is viewed as single. She's probably in a number of different trysts at any time, but not like tied down in anything. And then, are you the center of attention? I'm unfortunately not, because there's a dead body. So rude. So rude of that dead body to be there.
How very dare.
Yeah. Oh God. It's a 5+2.
Oh wow.
So that's a 7. Which means on a hit, your target gives themselves to you or reveals a secret they probably shouldn't.
Ooh. Do you choose or do I choose?
You get to choose that.
Oh man. Decisions. I mean, I think that it's probably more interesting to reveal a secret at this point.
Okay.
I feel like that's more dramatic in line with what's going on here. So I think rather than give themselves to you, Javi sort of drops her hands and stumbles back, like visibly flustered, and sort of puts on their glasses and is like, no, I couldn't possibly. The doctor will have to do an examination. I could never. I have to go. I'm supposed to meet the butler, and
You're supposed to meet the butler.
yeah, to help with something in the foyer. I have to go. It's work things.
Excuse
And-
me. I believe that you are my employee first, and not the employee of this house. You shall remain here.
Oh, go ahead. I think you're demanding what you deserve.
Yes, I am demanding what I deserve. Which is, let me find it.
Are
Demand-
you?
I
Sorry,
am
go ahead.
Yes, I am demanding what I deserve. Am I offering something of value in return? I am not. Does Javi love me in this moment?
Well, not so much.
No. Okay, excellent. Even
Before
better.
I roll, you also have Plata o Plomo. When you demand
I
what you
do.
deserve and you have the physical upper hand.
Which I do.
Oh.
I think.
They mark an extra condition if they don't concede to your will.
Ooh, that's good. Well, I do always have my thugs here, so
Big D's hanging nearby.
I think Big D, Lil D, and Butch are able to jump in my defense for the honor of Las Frutas.
I think you'd be hard pressed to find a situation in which Javi did have the upper hand physically, but you
Yeah.
definitely have it now.
Amazing. Okay.
I think at this point, before Severino attacks Javi, I think I'm gonna spend one of my points that I was holding to protect Javi now.
Yes.
Javi wants to leave, so he stands he stands in between, and is like, Javi, if you need to leave, you can leave, just like we did when we were orphans together. I'm so close to saying just like we did when we were orphans.
And we were running from that other street gang?
Exactly. And
Oh my god.
he darts his eyes over at Severino. So I'm taking a stand for Javi. So you have to roll at me.
I have to roll at you? Okay. So I'm just rolling 2d6 straight, right?
So are you offering something? So
No.
Are you taking control of the situation?
Yes.
Final question.
That's a +1.
Yeah.
Okay.
There
Your
you go.
playbook move is something you're going to hit most of the time,
Except for the
intentionally.
doctor. Ah. But that's on him.
That's game design, baby.
Oh no, my cat is on top of me. One
Please tell your
second.
cat that we love them and they're welcome here anytime. Look at that face!
Okay, what did I roll? I rolled a
Oh, a 10.
Hell
10.
yeah.
Ooh.
That's amazing. Great.
Okay, so you're probably going to want to like change what you're demanding a little bit.
Yeah.
Javi's able to walk out. You're demanding something of Dr. Lava at this point.
Yeah, I'm gonna demand. Well, what I really want to demand is that Javi stay here and tell us all what kind of business they think they have with the butler.
I think because Dr. Donnie
because I
his
did the
protection-
roll off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But so you can demand something of Dr. Donnie right now. Or
Yes.
you know what? Javi, you can't follow Javi.
Right.
But you can demand something of Javi. So you could like demand like stop and tell us.
Yeah. Stop and tell us what business you have with the butler so soon after this murder. This seems very suspicious.
And on a 10+, you get to remove one of those 3 options because Javi's going to be choosing from those.
Oh, okay, great.
That is
So,
cool.
one
Ah,
second.
That's stolen from Cartel.
Nice.
Hey.
So, this is in demand what you deserve.
Yes. So you remove either they concede to you, they can clear a condition, they refuse and escalate, they mark a condition, or they run away, you take something from them.
I am going to remove. They run away. You take something from them.
Yeah, sure.
Good usage of that move. That's what that 10+ is good for. So Javi gets to choose concede or refuse and escalate, which will involve. So you'd have to escalate. You got to
Right, of
raise it
course.
up if you're doing it, and then you would mark. I think 2 conditions because El Jefe has if you don't concede,
Yeah,
you
if
mark
you-
a condition.
If I do concede, then I just concede. I don't I could clear a condition, but I don't think I have one at the
You
moment.
don't have
right?
any. Yeah, so you would just
Tell us all your business with the butler.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think I'll concede. I'm so overwhelmed by this situation. I couldn't possibly begin to escalate or take control, and there are so many people here who have so many strings on me. But I think I say I didn't know anything about a murder. You have to believe me. Nobody told me anything. That it was never supposed to happen like this. All I knew was that the reason I was being asked here tonight was on behalf of the other employees, and there was something that they were trying to acquire. That's it. That's the only thing. You have to believe me.
On behalf of the other employees, you say. And my eyes dart around looking for the butler.
Oh, they are not in this room.
I am gonna pull out my gun.
What?
I'm going to knock a glass off the table
Okay.
because I'm shocked.
And-
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't
that was
know what
why.
it's like to work for 7 or 8 different people at the same time.
And then I'm going to dramatically point the gun, not at you, but I'm gonna point the gun toward the door.
Oh.
I think I'm gonna shoot the door.
Oh my god.
Like with the possibly erroneous belief or possibly correct belief that
Servants
one-
stand outside doors at all
one or
times.
more of the employees are listening at the door. So I'm going to shoot the door. Bang, bang.
don't hear any sounds.
Nothing.
I'm wondering, like, can we justify an act with desperation for something like this?
That might be a strike out at someone.
It is
Yeah.
pretty heckin' violent, you know?
Yeah, I think we should find out if there's anything there.
Have you caught them off guard?
Most likely.
Probably.
Have they just wronged you?
Not really.
Yeah, they murdered someone,
They
but
murdered someone, but they didn't wrong me.
yeah. And are you taking control of the situation? I'm sorry, B. I've been such a backseat GM.
I love it, because I'm just here like, yeah. I get to do like two NPC voices and then I hang.
I would
You're
say that
wonderful.
I'm taking control of the situation.
All right.
Pulled out a gun.
I just pulled out a gun.
Jeez.
All right, I'm gonna roll 2d6 plus 2.
I'm worried. I'm very worried. A 7. That's a mixed success. Okay.
Oh, that's gonna be interesting. A 7.
So on a 7, you'll hit them.
Yeah.
If they were a player character, they would mark a condition.
Right.
And you also mark a condition because it's stressful to be
Yeah.
engaged in violence.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna add rage.
gosh.
So I have rage and lust.
Nice.
And I am going to hit. Do I get to decide which of the servants it is?
B
Or the-
probably decides.
Yeah.
Or B decides, yeah. So I hit whoever it is, and let's say I hit them like, you know, like in the like ankle or something. Like they're not like mortally wounded, but they're hurt.
Okay then, I like this thread. So you do hear a cry of pain, and it sounds familiarly, that's not a word, it sounds a little bit like the butler, except the voice is a little bit higher. And then you can hear the scuffle of shoes on the other side of that door.
I'm gonna start running after them. Is anyone else gonna run after them or just me?
I'm definitely running after you, but I'm running considerably slower. My heels are extraordinarily high.
Yeah.
Dr. Donnie Lava is ready to run with his sneakers, so
Yeah.
I'm definitely running after. I mean, I think I'm feeling extremely guilty for betraying one of my employers in service of another of my fellow employees, and so like I'm there.
Yeah. Which one of us is fastest?
Hmm.
Don't you think it's Dr. Donnie Lava?
I think it's Dr.
think
Donnie
so.
Definitely
Lava.
Dr.
I mean, with
Johnny
this-
Lava.
Dr. Donnie Lava bikes everywhere and is still wearing sneakers.
Quads for days.
Mm-hmm.
Quads and
So-
calves.
So we reach the door, and then a dramatic unlock and opens, and it creaks. He steps back with the cast, and the door just kind of opens up.
On the other side, I think this will lead you down a hallway and then up a winding staircase. There is a trail of blood from the injured individual, and you can see that they're kind of limping, and they have walked all the way up to the bedroom. Dr. Lava, you know that this is the secret entrance to La Donna's bedroom.
And like he instinctively, like without thinking about it, it's just like, oh, this way, because, and then he realizes like, oh, he shouldn't be knowing this. He's like, because there's blood on the floor. I'm a
He's
doctor.
slippery.
Doctor, that's genius.
Thank you, Javi.
Glasses.
And we follow the trace of blood up to the secret entrance to the bedroom.
The door is ajar, and you can feel a cool breeze from the ocean side kind of wafting through. Do you push that door open?
Oof. I don't think Dr. Donnie Lava has the guts to do it. So once he gets right to the door, he just kind of stands there.
I think I might get there next. I'm kicking open the door with my foot. Kick.
Nice.
It slams on the wall behind, which is also marble, so it's not dented or anything. And sitting on the bed, no longer in a butler's outfit, with her hair pulled down and a $10 million ruby-encrusted necklace around her neck, sits the butler. And she's cradling her ankle, and she glances up at El Jefe. You shot me! Why? I could have paid you off, and you shot me in the ankle!
It seems your buttling days have come to an end.
I'll have you know, I was never the butler. The real butler was killed. I am LaDonya's twin sister who was adopted at a young age, and I am coming back to take what is mine, all of this marble house and all of its wealth. It deserves to be mine.
I think my reaction to this is going to be to sit down on the little ornate bench at the foot of the bed.
Little chaise lounge.
Yeah, and pull a cigar out of my pocket and light up a cigar, and start thinking about the business prospects.
That would have given everybody else enough time to kind of pile in the doorway. I think maybe the son, Conchita, has made his way, but Paella stayed down to more on the... I think it's the reverse. Conchita's the one that actually cared about his mom. So Paella has kind of clattered up and is the last one to enter as you all pile into this. It is a large bedroom. Like, this bedroom is probably the size of Javi's home.
I think Karina's not in yet.
Oh.
Karina's a little bit behind, too.
Okay. And the butler, who will now call... She's still the butler, it's fine. She glances over at Severino's. Pass me the cigar, darling. This pain is unbearable.
And he just puffs on it and he says, "No."
You shot me! It is the last thing that you owe me. Fine, you want this shitty necklace. It's itchy anyways.
He takes it. And he pockets it, and then he hands her the cigar.
It weighs 30 pounds, by the way. It's going to make your neck ache. Oh my goodness, I don't know
But
how
it
she
will
wore it.
But it will make my heart sing.
I'm afraid it won't, Severino. Karina comes around the corner. She's, as promised, her updo is now down around her shoulders. She's kicked off her shoes, and she has this tiny little snub nose revolver in her hand. And she's got it pointed at Severino. And she says, "Drop the gun and toss me the necklace."
You snake.
Yes, indeed. Toss the gun and the necklace. And I'm demanding what I deserve.
Oh, yes. How do we resolve this? What do I do?
So I don't think I'm offering you something of value in return.
Nope.
I'm threatening not offering.
Yes.
Do you love me in this moment?
I do not.
Okay. Am I the center of attention?
Yes.
I think so.
Finally, you are.
Finally. Oh no. That's a
4.
5.
Oh, with your
So that's still not a 7. So I am not successful. So my status is in Bee's hands.
Oh my god, I love that.
Because this is a one-shot, please forgive me.
No.
You did this roll on a one-shot at 7:37 p.m.
Yeah. I mean, I was intending to kill you.
Oh yeah.
Heck, okay. You hear the clatter of footsteps and the heels clacking on the marbled floor behind you. Nobody's paying attention though. All eyes are finally on the beauty. And that is until you feel a cold, sinking pain in your back. Yes. Paella, with that steak knife, has stabbed you.
Who stabbed?
Me.
Yeah, you're the name
Yeah,
that I
but
can never get
who
into my
stabbed?
brain.
Oh, Paella.
How do you know? By Paella, who wasn't there.
By
She was watching
Paella.
over her mother. Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'm gonna gasp and I'm going to say, stabbed by paella.
Thank you.
Karina shifts for a minute and turns to face Paella with just like eyes full of tears. And you know what? Should I face certain death, or do you think I'm not at that point quite yet?
Face certain death.
Face certain death.
Okay, let's do this. Yeah. So I'll get out like a quick line first.
Oh, please.
And she like turns to Paella for a moment, and she says, "You're just like the rest of them. You never would have made it." And then she just like starts to slump forward against her. So when I face certain death, I roll plus conditions marked. And you want to roll low on this one. It's the only one that's reverse. So this is relatively simple to tell us to do the first part of it. So I'm rolling +1. I'm just raging. And that's a 4. On a miss, your death was less certain than we thought. Tell us about your daring escape. And so Karina, like, starts to fall down on Paella. And she just, like, pulls herself up just a little bit. And she says, "Your mother might have been able to kill me, but not you." And she just gets the revolver in her stomach and in, like, the shocked moment, she starts to just sprint down the stairs with her dress like swinging back and forth, and strong legs, like huge steps.
With her hands around her stomach, Paella will just crumple to the ground. I just wanted your modeling gig. And she'll slump to the ground. Conchita is in shock. My mother and my sister are... all I wanted was to get married today. I didn't think any of this was gonna happen. And you... And he points to the butler. You are supposed to be my aunt? What happened to the real butler? And she takes a drag off that cigar from Severinus. Check the laundry chute, darling. That or it'll start to smell. And she stands up. Now, if you all will be done, this house is legally mine now.
And I think dramatically, Dr. Donnie Lava takes off his glasses. And he goes, "Or is it?" And he pulls out a gun. And he said, "My love, the love of my life, is now dead on the foyer, and this is your fault." At the butler on the bed. And it's like, "I will not let my love die." So I think I'm going to strike out at someone, and I definitely caught them off guard, and they have wronged me.
Yeah.
And I am not acting with guile.
That's a +3.
Oh my gosh.
So let's go.
It was a bloody Pasión de las Pasiones.
Every game I run ends up like
It's a 10 plus 3, 13. So,
oh my gosh, what does this look like?
So on a hit, your strike lands and you each mark a condition. On a 10 plus, you can also take something from them or avoid marking a condition.
so I think, let's see. I definitely, it's very slow motion. The gun, you can see the trigger being pulled, and all you see on screen is just a big pop. And I feel like the butler on the bed is holding in just bloodied hands. Dr. Donnie Lava walks over. Wait, does she still have the cigar?
Yes.
Dr. Donnie Lava takes a puff of the cigar, puffs it out, hands it to Severino, doesn't even ask, and reaches into his pocket and grabs the necklace, walks over to Javi, puts it around their neck, and's like, You're my new love now.
I think Karina took the necklace.
I didn't.
Oh, you did.
No.
Severino's pocket.
She never got
my
it.
plot. Yeah,
Yeah, she never got it. She pointed the gun at me and then never got it.
Oh my god.
I got stabbed.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Ooh. I want to process my feelings out loud.
Please. I will process with you, but internally.
So, I have a question for you, Bee, and I put it in the chat, but I don't know if you got the chance to see it.
Oh, no.
With the process your feelings out loud move, you ask members of the audience to help you with this one, and there is an audience mechanic, but I was wondering if it would be cool if we could get the Twitch audience to like be the audience for this. I don't know if that would be fun. I don't want to make it as like complicated and melodramatic as possible, but I'm gonna start processing my feelings out loud, and then the audience can help out.
Perfect.
So I think you start to put this necklace around my neck, and I sort of gasp and my hands go up to it, and I'm looking into your eyes, your unguarded, unsunglassed eyes, for the first time since we were young orphan children, running from that other gang of orphan children. And I sort of stagger back, and this is all happening so fast. I thought I was helping a fellow employee down in their luck, a hard worker like me, who was getting through this world on nothing but faith and love and willpower. I thought I was going to help put the butler's child through school, and now all I've done is create another orphan. And there are so many dead bodies, and Karina has run, and who knows if she'll survive the night, and I'm looking at you, and I'm finally really looking at you, but I don't know if you're the man I thought you were. I don't know if anything is as I thought it was. This world is nothing as simple as I ever dreamed it to be. What am I ever to do? And I need the audience to help me decide.
So here's how this move is gonna. There's gonna be actually a Twitch version of this move in Tormentas del
nice.
Corazon.
Yes, yes.
But so we're gonna have to go with. We're gonna be shooting a little bit from the hip for right now. In the chat, put if you're rooting for Javi or not. So like, give us a yes or
Everyone,
a no.
if you're rooting for Javi, clap your hands.
And B, you can take a look at it and see if it seems overwhelmingly in any direction, and give a number that feels appropriate.
So far, lots of love.
Lots of love. Lots.
Team Javi. Hashtag Team Javi. I like that one.
I would not be surprised if it's overwhelmingly Team Javi.
Yep.
Okay.
I think this is worth a
So
plus
what do you think
3.
+3, cool.
Amazing, thank you. Gracias, my beautiful supporters. Okay, so I take +3?
Yep.
Yes! Okay. Let me see. So it's just a 2d6 +3, right?
Exactly. Yeah, everything's always 2d6.
Sweet, that's what I thought. I got an 11 +3.
So you win Pasión.
Yeah.
So I win Pasión de las Pasiones. An incredible underdog victory. Thank you so much for coming, everyone. Incredible.
So on a hit, you get to choose one of those 3 options, and you'll have a +1 ongoing. So as long as you follow this information, you've got that +1.
Amazing. So my options are I can choose for the audience to reveal a crucial event going on outside of view, for the audience to tell me how I might find love with a partner of my choosing, or for the audience to tell me how to get blank to blank. I think probably right now what I would love is for the audience to tell me which partner I should end up with. I think that would be very fun. So
That's amazing.
I guess cast your votes in the chat. Tell me who you think I should go after.
And then maybe we, the small audience, can tell you how you could make that happen.
Yeah, I would
Because
love
otherwise we're looking at like a paragraph of chat coming in, and that might be
so much chat energy. But yeah.
So listen, what you're gonna need to do.
Here's how you speedrun the Lampliada ending.
All right, we got to vote for both.
Very daring.
Fun.
Both. There's 3.
There are 3 people here.
I'm downstairs, but I'm
You're still in the running.
still in the running. Come on, just because I turned out to be a late stage villain.
There are no non-villains in Pasión.
That's true, except for Javi.
Except for Javi.
that playbook's meant to do.
I would say after this point, when Javi kind of just said that they were so confused and all this, I think he grabs Javi's hands and holds it and looks into her eyes one more time and just says, "I want you to know I am not a doctor."
Just FYI, if that affects your decision.
If that impacts anything here.
I'm not a doctor. I looks over at Severino. I've been working as an absinthe smuggler so that I can make enough money so that you don't have to work 8 jobs and be late to 3, and we could be the orphans that we were always meant to be together.
I think it's time for me to finally use dangerous passion.
What did the audience
Oh my
say
God,
for
Dr. Lava.
because we still got to get you your information from that.
So much love for Lava. A little bit
Dr.
of
Lava?
Karina, but mostly for the doctor.
But primarily Dr. Lava.
Okay. So what do
Yeah.
we think Javi would have to do to get a happy ending with Dr. Lava? It might be pretty simple.
I feel like that beautiful moment of poetic confession just did help.
Yeah. And actually, I think Dr. Lava was just expressing his love passionately.
Oh, yeah.
I think so too.
Dr. Lava, are you dressed to impress?
I am. I mean, well, my sneakers aren't, but the rest of me is.
Close enough.
Yeah.
Do they believe that you're single?
I think Javi
Recently?
just heard that my true love was dead downstairs, but
I mean, you did just call somebody else your true love and then try to convince me that you were doing this for me, but I mean, hey.
So does Javi believe Dr. Lava in this
I mean, I
moment?
believe you're single now.
Okay, that works.
Because good enough for me.
And are you handling this head on and without guile?
I'm definitely head on. I don't know if I'm without guile.
You just confessed you're not a doctor.
Yeah.
That might be tossing aside the guile.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So is that just a +2?
I think a +3, right?
+3.
Dress to impress. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
dress to
yeah.
impress. Okay, so we're
Yeah.
counting the sneakers. Okay.
Sneakers can be impressive.
They're better sneakers than I could afford.
They
so-
were good for running in this particular situation.
So an 8 + 3.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay.
So, Javi gets to choose, give themselves to you, or reveal a secret they probably shouldn't. And also, on a 10+, they have to tell you whether they love you or not, and who else they love.
Ooh. I mean, I think I have to give myself to you. I think in this moment, with this beautiful scenario and so little time left in the Twitch stream, like this is the ending we deserve. I think that we can get here, you and I. And so I think that I take your hands and I touch the necklace just briefly as a reminder of this beautiful sacrifice, of all the beautiful sacrifices that you've made for me. Not just here, not just in this beautiful marble-encrusted mansion of murder and death and horrible things that have happened to everybody and all of those walls that I'm gonna have to scrub down tomorrow, presumably, because dear God, I hope I still work here. But everything throughout the entire course of our life, all of these events strung across the course of our relationship like jewels on a $10 million necklace. And I take off my glasses again because I never want anything to be in between our beautiful gaze for the rest of our lives. And I say, of course, it's always been you, Mr. Lava.
I am definitely going to use dangerous passion and angrily express my love.
Oh, yeah. Just when we think things are going to be happy. Severino.
Because I'm going to very angrily turn toward Mr. Donnie Lava, and I am going to say, "You know nothing about passionate gaze."
Oh my God.
How could you possibly betray me and cast me asunder for my mere employee? And I am going to officially cast Dangerous Passion. I'm going to do this in a frightening way, so I'm going to seem really angry and aggressive while I do this. And I still have my gun, but I'm not pointing at you. I'm like holding a gun. That's good. I'm holding a gun in general and just like yelling at you all of this.
So you do the roll as normal first, and then you can decide to mark a condition if you'd like to.
I see. Okay.
So, are you dressed to impress?
I am dressed to impress in my hypercolor suit.
Is Dangerous
dressed
Passion
to
the one
impress.
that was updated?
I'm forgetting about that.
Never forget about my hypercolor suit.
Almost forgot.
Most important thing about my outfit.
Do they believe you're single?
That's a good question. Do you believe I'm single?
I think I think so. Yeah. Just looking over and the first eye contact, he can feel the lustfulness.
You're wearing a hypercolor suit.
I am wearing a hypercolor suit, and I'm filled with lust and rage. Okay, that's 2. And what else?
And then, are you taking control of the situation?
Yes.
And you said you're lustful, right?
I am lustful.
If you're lustful, you also take a +1 to express your love. Passion.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
So you're rolling with a +4.
I am. What did I get? Where is
I
it?
don't know.
A 12.
Well,
A 12.
All right.
That's amazing.
this is your excuse for love.
So I am declaring my love, and I got the
full hit.
Angrily full hit.
So your target, Donnie Lava.
I'm targeting
gives himself to
Mr.
you.
Donnie Lava.
Mr. Donnie Lava, I'm sorry. Gives himself to you or reveals a secret he probably shouldn't. And it's a 10+, so he also has to tell you if he loves you or not and who else he loves. Javi, you also should probably at some point mention if there's anyone else you love. If there's no one else, that's cool.
So I think at this moment when Mr. Lava has seen the passion that Severino just displayed, it got hit. Like, he has not been biking, but he's just like drenched in sweat again, and locks eyes with Severino and is like, then it is you that is my true love, and steps away from Javi and just lands a big smooch onto Severino's lips, pulls back and looks at Javi and says, can you still make this work?
Oh. Are there any other loose weapons laying around? I know that there have been many weapons in this room. Are any of them just like laying out? Like a spare knife or a random
Karina
gun?
totally dropped her gun.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
great.
Right?
Oh,
Karina
100%.
dropped her gun.
Karina definitely dropped that gun.
Then I look at this and I think I've faced one too many betrayals this evening. And I pick up the gun and I point it in the direction of Mr. Donnie Lava and his new passionate gay. And I say, I think that would be a conflict of interest in my workplace. I'm taking this to Karina. And I want to back out of the room dramatically.
I don't think there's a rule for that one. You do it so dramatically.
Incredible.
That's I don't know. I think that's a pretty amazing cliffhanger, personally.
Can I do one last
I
thing?
was just gonna ask if you have any loose final endings, any epilogues that we would like.
I think we get Javi leaving the house, and the stretch limo is there, and the driver is like standing outside with holding the door open, like open for Javi. And Karina kind of like glances her head outside and looks and like gives you like a quick once over and says, I knew it would be you. Let's get out of here.
Havina was always meant to be. Thank you, chat. Thank you for all of your support.
Havina.
The camera pans pounds away.
Did you get the necklace?
Go ahead, Alex.
I'm sorry, Bee, what were you saying a second ago?
Oh, I was gonna
hear.
Sorry.
switch the scene, so y'all finish this. I need this.
Did you
Oh,
get the necklace?
And I am assuming I pull out the real actual necklace, unless there's some other cliffhanger that we're about to see. But as far as I know, I have the necklace.
And Karina puts her foot down on top of a little safe. And she says, I got the safe. Let's get out of here.
The camera pans away from the stretch limo, and you get a shot of the dining room. And there is La Doña's body, cold and bloodied as it has been turned around many times on the marble floor. The camera follows the bloody footsteps upstairs, where there is nothing but bodies that litter the ground. Severinus and Mr. Lava are in each other's embrace, surrounded by nothing but death and loss. And I think with that is Pasión de las Pasiones.
Yay!
Holy heck, y'all! What happened?
That was amazing.
That
was so much
drama. That was high level drama.
Oh, that ruled.
Oh my god!
Thank you all so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank
That was
you,
a
Brandon.
true delight.
Oh.
Game kicks ass.
I'm emotional.
Oh heck! All right.
I can't believe I didn't die.
Me neither. I was so prepared to kill you.
You were gonna
I
kill me.
was so prepared.
I
Already.
somehow managed to survive that.
How I just is still a heckin' mystery. But this has been a wonderful game called Pasión de las Pasiones by Brandon Leon-Gambetta. It is very playable on Roll20, as we saw. Upload your character sheets, get roll happy, and get smooching and get stabbing. I have been your host and GM, Bee Zelda. You can find me on Instagram as at @B_Zelda_. On Twitter is at Bee Zelda. No, at @B_Zelda. I know my own Twitter. I am a podcaster, streamer, content creator, and facilitator of romance and murder. Brandon.
I'm Brandon Leon-Gambetta. You can find me on Twitter and other places at Bee Leon-Gambetta. I'm the author of Pasión de las Pasiones, which you can find a free quick start
There we go.
at magpiegames.com/pasión, which has just one S in it.
Yes.
It's completely free. It's what we were playing today. We had a couple little modifications, but full version coming out. PDF, all goes well. No one gets stabbed. Full PDF comes out April. Full book hopefully coming out July. And then we're going to have a deck of supporting NPCs, which is gorgeous and beautiful, and Tormentas del Corazón, which is a supplemental material that gives you a lot of options to play different shows and has a bunch of new playbooks coming out soon after that.
Ooh, cannot wait. I'm so excited about card NPCs.
The card NPC, okay,
That's
not
so
to toot my
cool.
own horn, the card NPCs are so cool. All of them have a hook to take control of them and a special move you have with them if you have control of them. And they're all they're gorgeous. It's this wide, wonderful breadth of Latinidad in the pictures. I'm so happy with it.
Oh, that is so cool. I'm very impressed. Next up, Danny.
What's up, y'all? My name is Danny. You can find me all over the internet at Danny Plays Games with a Z. On Mondays, you can find me over on Kobold Press's Twitch channel. I am playing a dwarf druid gardener that is running a restaurant. It's a campaign set in the city of Zobek. It's a 5e campaign. On my own channel, twitch.tv at BrutalDan, BR00TALDAN. I'll be hosting some mental health, just kind of decompressing, chill streams Wednesdays and Thursdays. And then on Fridays, you can catch me along with our awesome GM tonight, Bee and Eris and Nomadic on Nomadic's Twitch channel as we play Ursa Major, Uplifted Bears going through space.
Never get tired of Space Bears. Never. Next up, we have Lucian.
Hello, I am Lucian Khan. I am a game designer. I designed Visigoths versus Molgoths, and Dead Friend, a game of necromancy, and a bunch of other stuff, most of which you can find at necromancy.itch.io. You can find me on Twitter at otheogony, which is OH_THEOGONY, for all kinds of goth jokes and pictures of my chonky cat.
What is your cat's name, by the way?
Beastie.
Beastie!
Yes,
Love
and you
Beastie.
saw her a little bit during the show if you were here for the whole time, so you can see more of that on my Twitter.
Beastie is a must. She is wonderful. And on the topic of wonderful, Alex.
Thank you so much. I'm Alex Flanigan. You can find me on Twitter at Coffee Detective. It's COFF33 Detective. Regular Coffee Detective was taken. It hasn't been used in years. I'm not bitter. Don't worry about it. I designed the game Coffee Detective, and I am also the GM for A Horror Borealis, which is an actual play Monster of the Week campaign on the One Shot Network. I was playing a little bit against type this evening by being this innocent and pure-hearted. Usually you hear me wrecking lives every week, and it's wonderful. But yeah, thank you so much everybody for being here tonight. It's such a fun and responsive crowd, and I'm not just saying that because you gave me my happily ever after.
No bias. None.
This was-
Absolutely not.
Such a fun group. Thank you all so much.
Thank you all for being amazing. I could not have asked for a better cast. Just like the chemistry, the drama, the murder, the love. It was everything that I needed. So thank you so much. And take care, everyone.